Under the noon sun at Mamre, the air sits heavy and still. Abraham waits at the entrance of his tent, unaware that 3 travelers approaching from the horizon carry a message that will redirect the course of his lineage. Abraham is 99 years old. His body is frail, and his mind is occupied by a decades-old promise that his wife, Sarah, would bear him a son. A promise that, after so much time, looks more like a memory than a reality. Sarah is 90. Human biology dictates that their window for parenthood closed years ago, making the original prophecy feel like a cruel irony rather than a divine plan. The heat shimmer rising off the sand matches the stagnation of their hope. On this particular afternoon, there is no physical evidence that anything is about to shift. The arrival of 3 figures in the distance breaks the silence. Abraham doesn't wait for them to reach the camp. He runs across the loose sand to meet them. He bows low to the ground and begs them to stay. He treats their arrival as a matter of extreme urgency, refusing to let them pass by his camp without rest. He coordinates a feast with the speed of a younger man, ordering Sarah to prepare bread from 3 seahs of fine flour, while he personally selects a tender, choice calf for the meal. In the desert, hospitality is a duty, but Abraham's effort is excessive. By treating these travelers with such high honor, he unknowingly opens his home to a visit from the divine. While the guests eat under the shade of the trees, Sarah remains hidden behind the tent flap, listening to the conversation. One of the guests asks for Sarah by name and sets a specific deadline. He doesn't say someday. He says that by this time next year, Sarah will have a son. Inside the tent, Sarah laughs. This isn't the laugh of someone who just heard a joke. It is the sharp, skeptical reaction of a woman who knows her own body has long since passed the point of biological possibility. The guest immediately confronts the silent laughter with a question. Is anything too hard for the Lord? This question defines the boundary of the encounter. Sarah's physical inability to conceive isn't an obstacle to the miracle, it is the prerequisite for it, marking the point where human ability reaches its limit. The promise doesn't depend on Sarah finding new strength or effort. It rests entirely on the authority of the speaker. By exposing her hidden doubt, the visitor forces her to face the reality of the promise, setting the stage for her skepticism to eventually turn into the namesake of her son, Isaac, which means laughter. The visitors stand and turn their gaze toward the distant horizon, looking down into the valley toward Sodom. The atmosphere shifts instantly. The conversation is no longer about the intimate details of a family tent, but the fate of entire cities. God chooses to voice his intentions out loud, allowing Abraham to hear the plan for the coming judgment. This moves Abraham beyond the role of a host. He is now a witness to the internal logic of divine justice. Abraham steps forward and begins a bold negotiation with the Creator. He starts with a question of fairness. If 50 righteous remain, would the city still be destroyed? When told no, Abraham counts the requirement down to 40, 30, 20. He stops at 10. For 10 righteous, judgment is withheld. Abraham isn't arguing for the sake of the wicked. He is appealing to the idea that a just judge would not sweep away the innocent with the guilty. The math reveals a specific preference. God is willing to spare thousands of people for the sake of only 10. As the sun sets, Abraham walks back to his tent. He had begun the day as an aging man waiting for a child. He ends it as an intercessor who has looked into the mechanics of divine justice. In a few hours, he had witnessed the divine concern for Sarah's private pain and the divine burden of judging public evil. The day concludes with a new reality. For Abraham, the impossible is no longer a barrier, but the place where the story actually begins.